So hello everyone, welcome here to round number 5 of the 2017 NASA RallyCross Challenge season. We are down in Canyon City, Colorado at the Negus circuit for what has become one of the wackiest races on the NASA RallyCross calendars. It's Josh Mertz bringing you the call as always for the Automotive Sports Network. Funny that we're focused on this guy, points leader and last week's winner Philip Kraus in car number 1. He comes in with a 6-point lead in the Drivers' Championship over his teammate. And this battle is a 3-horse race, I should mention, between Mertz, Kraus, and Wetz. But what is going to happen in this second half of the season? As we have 8 cars for the first time this season, that means we will have eliminations in the NASA RallyCross Challenge. That will give us 2 quarterfinals of 6 laps apiece. Winner advances, 2 bonus points, take the Joker lap once. That will give us 2 semifinals of 4 laps apiece. Joker once, winner advances, gets a bonus point. LCQ is 3 laps. The top 2 transfer, you have to take the Joker once, and that will give us the 6 cars for the final 8 laps. Joker twice, extravaganza here in Canyon City. As we're finishing up seating, Mertz is 0.7 of a second faster than his teammate Kraus in car number 2 over car number 1. We're going to ride on board the 2 car just to get a taste of the circuit here in Negus before we jump into the quarterfinal. Down the front straightaway here in Negus, crossing the start-finish over this little jump, brake hard into turn 1. Down to first gear, make sure you get all the way down to the grass as far as you can. The regular course is going to be on the right-hand side, but for this demonstration lap, we take the Joker, which is the jump here at Negus. It's switched from last week over the jump, point towards the sky, hit the back end down on the landing ramp to get you back onto the earth. Point your car to the left, all the way to the left to get the biggest arc you can down into the corner, down to 50 miles an hour, first gear, get the traction down mid-corner, stab the throttle over the jump, back onto the asphalt for a moment. These little whoops here, once you land, all 4 wheels down, back down to first gear, right over the jump to the left, all the way out to the grass, and that was a 49.2 second lap here in Negus.
Checkered flag winning quarterfinal A and 2 bonus points was Josh Mertz. Good.
6 laps Joker once. We have 8 cars. We already seated. I went over the format. Anything that I missed? Any questions? Don't hit the grass. Oh, okay. I forgot to actually follow me real quick. Not on track, but follow my car. So, the proper merging in this instance, realistically, we're not going to go any farther to the left than the groove. So if you're in the penalty box, you could probably treat that as an imaginary wall and blend in. That'd be the best way to do it.
Well, I mean, the only thing is, if you go back to where you come out into this left-hander, everybody takes it right to the wall, so you got to be careful there that you don't cut somebody off in that position, since everybody's going to the wall.
Why couldn't we just have the penalty box out of turn 1?
That's what I was thinking. That'd be a lot safer.
No, because if a penalty occurs in the last lap, then...
I mean, what if it happens coming out of the final corner?
No,
that just gets called at the line, but...
That's what I'm saying, you know, I mean,
why the penalty box is there?
Whenever 6, the 1, and the 42. No, 42 will wait for the 1. 42 will wait for the 1. 76.
Two pull up.
76 you're warping. Let me know when I'm good.
76 is good, 2 is good. 42 back up a little bit. Good. Pull forward. More. 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 Good. 1, pull up. Good.
6 laps, Joker once. Getting ready for
Left
the first quarterfinal. It's the MRT teammates versus Kraus and Carmichael. Jacob Kraus jumps the start a little bit in the 42, green flag here in Canyon City. This is going to be a great battle between these teammates as they beat Carmichael and Jacob Kraus. Remember, no relation between the Krauses. Into turn 1. Phil locks up into turn number 1 and his teammate takes the lead.
Open mic.
So Mertz takes the lead over Philip Kraus. Then it's Carmichael and Jacob Kraus. Into turn number 3.
Jacob Kraus is open mic.
Out of 3.
I'll fix that.
Down the back stretch. Down to turns 4 and 5 into the chicane. Or 5 and 6, sorry. Over the chicane. Mertz will lead at the end of the first lap over his teammate in car number 1.
End of 1. 2 leads.
And let's see if Phil Kraus can take the fight to his teammate. We saw the MRT boys come together. It was Erdman and Mertz a couple seasons ago. Here in the background, you might have seen Carmichael slam the wall exiting turn 1. But turns 2 and 3, the chicane here. After the circuit was redone, Mertz complained because he would jump off the landing ramp. We remember when he took the lead from Erdman in 2016A. When they came together, no longer can they do that. Well, you can, but you got to jump over the wall. And if you have that, that's not a fun time. Kraus had a run on the outside, but he couldn't make anything happen. Exiting the final corner again, Mertz slides it, and his teammate looks to the outside, trying to take the run into the turn number 1. Mertz holds the lead. 54.337 for Kraus. 54.748 for Mertz. 0.4 of a second slower. His teammate was faster than him. And who's going to joker? Nobody does yet. It's a cat and mouse game between these guys for the quarterfinal win. Phil almost locked it up there in the dirt once again, but he gets a better run than his teammate, and he's going to go to the inside. They make contact, and he takes the lead. Position swap. 1 and 2. Carmichael jokers, but I don't think he's going to be bothering these guys. Mertz tries to take the fight to the inside on his teammate, nearly making contact with the wall, with the berm, with each other. Down to the final chicane. Coming across flags here in Negus, and Philip Kraus stole the lead from his teammate, but he loses it in the chicane, and Mertz takes the lead back.
End of 3. Cross flags, 2 leads.
Fascinating battle between these teammates. Kraus looks to the inside, slides it, couldn't make it happen. It looks like he hit the wall there in the 1. Will he joker? No, he will not. I thought he might have jokered to take the time gap away. As through the chicane, Mertz, Kraus, Carmichael already jokered, and Jacob Kraus struggling in the 42. His 3rd start of the season. Or sorry, 4th start of the season. For Jacob Kraus. That's the gap between the MRT teammates, and that's the gap between 2 bonus points and no bonus points. And Philip Kraus needs these bonus points. As we remember, Mertz in 2013 C, I believe, won 9 out of 10 heat races. It was ridiculous. That won him the championship. 2 to go. So you know that Mertz loves the 2 bonus points over no bonus points. But we're going to see who jokers with 2 laps to go. Mertz is going to wait till the last lap. His teammate's going to follow him. I think his teammate has accepted defeat in the quarterfinal. 53.477 to a 54.377. A 10th slower than his teammate. But where is Carmichael? Carmichael's got another blown tire. I believe this happened to him last season, where he blew the tire in the 76. Over the chicane, white flag for Mertz.
End of 5, 2 leads, white flag.
53.339 to a 52.754. They have not done their jokers yet. But Kraus is pushing hard, trying to get his teammate to make a mistake, but they both have to joker, and they formation joker on the last lap of the race. And that's the gap between car number 2 and red-plated car number 1. Kraus has held the red plate all season except for St. Eustache, which, interestingly, Mertz won the race and lost the red plate, but that's because of his third place finish in Valgenswaard. Mertz will win the first quarterfinal over Kraus.
Quarterfinal A and 2 bonus points is Josh Mertz, followed by the one of Phil Kraus.
I ran that whole last lap without fourth gear.
Oh.
Jacob Kraus and Noah Carmichael, third and fourth.
Good race, Phil.
Okay, I'm glad I got
I was
back.
first. Again.
You blew first?
Sweet. Just gotta call about a house offer.
I'm going into one and I completely blew the corner.
Wait for the other 2 to finish up.
Oh.
Kraus is gonna bring it home third.
Okay.
Sorry, is that the one you want, Casey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, how much
23 back up a pinch.
between
51 good, 23 good, 6 laps joker once. Real quick before we grid, what, Jake?
just curious as to what you said earlier. How interesting is the battle between me and Casey and Privateer?
I'll look at points later.
I could have waited.
Okay, sorry.
Getting ready in Canyon City. Green flag off the line. Living Good will take the jump over Wets, Valley, and Lester. Lester backed off, entering the regular course. Put him to fourth. The man who won the quarterfinal last week in Lakewood. I don't think he's going to be repeating that this week. Valley contact with Wets. No penalty. And I said that potentially too early.
No penalty.
Lester battling Valley for the second spot. And all Valley needs, all Lester needs, is Living Good to make a mistake. But the hometown favorite from Lakewood, this is these 3 races are his races. And you know he wants to impress the hometown fans as he leads at the end of the first lap. 51 leads, joker is allowed. Lester frantically battling with Valley and Wets. And this is hurting Wets. We've been paying attention to these teammates. 24 and 23 looked like you guys had out of shape.
What?
So that last corner was forgiven, sorry. We forget about Wets in this situation. Valley and Living Good joker. But Wets is third in points, and he's third on the road. There's no bonus points given for third. He is kicking himself right now with that terrible start in the quarterfinal, as he's been on the podium every race except for Canada, as it's been the constant podium this season.
Fucking blew up.
And Valley's Honda engine expires in the 24. End of 2, 51 leads. Lester, I believe, ran it off the road in turn 1 a lap ago. That's why he is way out of it.
Fucking Honda engines.
Living Good 50.1. Wets a 54.2. Remember, Living Good ran a joker, so it's down to the teammates to see who will win the quarterfinal. And 4-time champion Living Good in car number 51, pushing hard to stay out ahead of his higher in points teammate Chris Wets, as Wets battling for the championship lead, and Living Good considerably down on points. He's only been on the podium once this season. It was in Canada when he beat his teammate. End of 3, crossed flags, 51 leads. As Living Good still holds the lead. Wets has not jokered, remember, in the 23. But I don't think he'll have the delta, because he was caught behind Lester and Valley. I don't think he'll have it. He has not jokered yet. Two-wheeling it is Living Good in the 51. And down the straightaway. Interestingly, right where he's passing there, you'll notice the wall juts out on the right. It's been 5 years. Nobody knew this until Race Control unearthed the plans for this track. But the wall there and the wall on the regular course as it juts out, there was actually supposed to be a chicane there. I'm not sure if we covered that on any of our previous broadcasts, but we learned that. And interestingly enough, the race is better without a chicane.
End of 4, 51 leads.
As it was interesting, Mertz and Livingood asked each other, do you want to knock this wall down and run that for a moment? They both agreed no, as it would slow down the merging, and we saw at the inaugural season of the NASA Rallycross Challenge, Livingood actually came together, I believe, with Tristan Hagenstein, and wrecked each other in turn number 4. Wetz is going to famously joker on the last lap of the race, but I don't think he has the delta to hold over his teammate. So Livingood might win this quarterfinal. Lester just jokered, but the 50 looks like he runs into an issue.
I think you jokered twice.
Yeah, I just realized that.
Actually, no. Jokering twice was the 50, so take him off the road.
End of 5, 51 leads, white flag. Good call, 50. Thank you for self-policing.
White flag for Livingood, battling his teammate. 54.5 to a 54.5. They were literally equal. 54.564, 54.538. 300ths faster was Wetz. From high above, we'll pay attention to the joker that Wetz has to take, but I don't think he'll be able to hold it over his teammate. Where is Livingood? He is right out of shot in the top left there. Exiting, there he is. No contest between the 51 and the 23. Wetz is not going to be able to win this quarterfinal, and that's going to kick, he's going to be kicking himself in this championship battle, where every point matters, especially when the top 2 have been on the podium all season. Livingood will win the quarterfinal.
Checkered flag, 51 wins quarterfinal 2, 2 bonus points, and a transfer to the final.
Was I even racing anyone?
23, you were racing Wetz, but he...
Oh, hi, Let's.
23 second, third, 24, and fourth is a 50.
Wait. Oh, never mind.
DQ.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot. There's a DQ.
I have the result.
Semifinals here in Negus were fairly straightforward, as Philip Kraus was able to pull away in the first race, Valley in the second race. And this is going to result in a very interesting LCQ.
Shit, careful. Kraus is coming.
Looking at this track.
Maybe.
No, the far right and far left are not allowed. We'll change it before the LCQ, and that'll be for the checkered flag. 1 win semifinal A, followed by the 23 bonus. 42 good. 3 laps. Joker once. Top 2 advance. 42 went through the billboards. That's a ban. Checkered flag to the final goes to 24.
Wait, what did I miss?
Followed by the 42 and then the 50.
There's a man's in the catch fence.
I blew first gear heading into turn 2, and then going out of turn 2, I blew second gear.
Was the fastest lap I ran all day.
Yeah, this is faster weather.
Holy shit. No, I know, but I was slower in cloudy weather earlier. That's what I'm saying. Holy fucking shit.
I feel I should have had something for you there, Victor, but I didn't.
Yeah, 23, 76, 50, 42.
So, how many cars were we eliminating?
Where's Wetz?
2?
2, pretty sure.
Yes,
Like
top
the
2
good old
advance.
days.
Bottom 2 go home.
Actually, they grabbed the popcorn and watched the final, because they know it's going to be a shit show.
It will be. It has me in it.
76 good. 23
back.
pull up. 50 pull up. 50 good. 23 pull ups. 42 back up. 23 pull up. 23 pull up. 42 pull up. 23 good. 42 good. 3 laps. Joker once. Top 2 advance. Bottom 2 are welcome to stay.
Good luck.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Getting ready for the LCQ, Wetz, Lester, Carmichael, and Kraus. Green flag. Third in points, Wetz needs to make it through this LCQ, but it's going to be interesting. 3 wide, he sandwiched Carmichael and Kraus, and Jacob Kraus to the lead. Outbreaks both of them, goes Carmichael and Kraus off the road. Contact between Wetz and Kraus
Good.
through turn 3.
Fucking.
Wetz squirrely. Out of turn number 3, down to 4. Jacob Kraus holds the lead, battling Carmichael with Wetz into turn 4. And Jacob Kraus hits the berm there, take him out of it. Battling with Carmichael, and they door each other out of the corner. Into the chicane. This is going to be a hell of a battle to see who will make it through to the final. Wetz will lead.
23 leads.
Kraus, Carmichael, and Lester with 2 laps to go. And it's always a frantic LCQ here in Canyon City. Carmichael runs it wide. Kraus ran it wide. Put Lester trying to battle for the transfer spot. Who will joker? Nobody does! This is fascinating. Lester to the lead. Nobody jokered on the second lap of the race, so everyone's going to have their strategy unravel on the final lap. Lester sideways in the 50. Take him out of it. Put him to third. Kraus to second. Jacob Kraus, I don't believe, has made a final on merit. Since he returned a couple weeks ago. But I don't think he even made a final on merit then. I think this would be his first final transfer, if he can get it done.
End of 2, 23 leads, white flag.
Wetz takes the white flag. We can forget that he's even out front, because this is the battle we need to focus on. Jacob Kraus holds the lead in the 42. Lester in third, trying to take the fight. Carmichael nearly makes contact with the 50, side by side. They looked for it. Carmichael couldn't get it done. They all have to joker on the last lap of the race. As Wetz jokers, here comes Kraus, Lester, and Carmichael over the jump. One of these guys, one of these manufacturer cars is going to miss the final. I think it's going to be Carmichael. Then it's going to be down to a privateer. Kraus v. Lester. Lester drifts it. Kraus had an issue all over the track in the 42. Coming down to the final chicane. Wetz is going to win the LCQ. It's going to be down to Kraus and Lester. Kraus runs it wide. Lester to the outside. He's going to take side by side, battling for the line at Lester.
Makes it. Kraus does
Sorry,
not.
Kraus.
Carmichael does not.
Oh shit! No.
Holy shit.
Dang
Oh man, I had to wing that in there.
What an LCQ.
One of the best turn 1 moves I've ever seen.
What an LCQ in Canyon City.
I don't think I got into him there.
No, you didn't.
No, that was me rage spinning after not making it. Damn it.
You're not supposed to do that.
Oh no, not the end. I meant like out of the final corner.
Oh no, that was just me
Wheel
diving
spin.
in there and getting a little loose, and I couldn't grip it enough.
I mean, I think
blew
you
for
hit
speeding.
him, but I don't think. I mean, it didn't do anything to him. That's the cool thing about Cub physics is it actually hits him.
I have the results in the replay whenever we're ready. One of you guys can stay and count laps. That'd be awesome. Line us up.
I got you.
It was
Thank
Isaiah.
you,
Wait, did
for
we
showing
report
up.
weather for the final?
It'd be up to you. I mean, we didn't reset for the LCQ, so.
Kraus, would you be able to count laps?
Yeah, I already
Jacob.
said I was gonna do it.
Line the front row up.
Okay,
Josh, pull up. Kraus, you're good.
Oh, you got it.
Josh,
Dylan?
you're good. Victor, you're good.
Dylan, got it.
Anything I think Victor.
I want to be on the white line in the front row, Jake.
Alright. Yeah, Victor pull. Oh, I think we're good. Alright.
8 laps. Joker twice. Jacob, you can count laps. Thanks, everyone.
Getting ready for the Canyon City Grand Prix. Living Good, Valley, Kraus, Mertz, Wetz, Lester, green flag off the line. The MRT teammates to the inside is Living Good, but the MRT teammates are going to battle to turn 1. Kraus holds the lead. Will Mertz be able to take the fight to him into turn number 2? He checks Kraus. passed by Livingood. Put Kraus, the points leader, back to third, but he's going to battle Livingood hard for the second spot. No, he's going to get passed by Wetz. Put Kraus back to fourth, and Mertz is loving this here in Canyon City. Side by side, Wetz with Kraus entering turn number 4. Wetz runs it wide. Put Kraus back to third. There is a blanket covering 2nd through 6th, and Philip Kraus behind his teammate and Livingood. Mertz leads at the end of the first lap. Kraus looks to the outside of Livingood in car number 51, entering turn number 1. Will the 1 be able to take the fight to the 51? Very slow through turn 1. Kraus gets it back to 2nd.
End of 1, 2 leads.
Jokering is Wetz in car number 23. Where is Mertz? Lester slides it in the second corner there. Looks like Wetz is going to be ahead of Mertz in the Joker rotation. As Kraus in third now, Valley fourth. Livingood got passed for fifth, or fourth, sorry, put him to fifth. Lester sixth. Wetz holds the lead. Mertz trying to take the fight.
End of 2, 23 leads.
As Wetz leads now at the end of the second lap. Mertz locks up the right front trying to take the fight to him. We know Wetz likes to hold up the leaders when he's off cycle, but Mertz gets by the 23 and immediately takes to the regular course again. Kraus in third. He will not joker either. This is a fascinating battle between the 24 and the 51. And it looks like the 24 let the 51 by. I'm not sure. Lester jokers. And he will get by Valley in the 24. Back to the sharp end of the field. Mertz back to the lead in car number 2. Leading Wetz, his teammate, and Lester, who rides the berm there in car number 50. Livingood battling with him now. Over the chicane. Kraus locks it up. Locked up the right front in turn 6. Mertz holds the lead.
End of 3, 1 lead, 2 leads.
53.783 to a 54.8. Mertz of second faster. His teammate ran a 53.4. 53.6 for Lester. 54.6 for Livingood. And Valley struggling. 58.4. Rear brake lock up on car number 1 to get the car to rotate. Nope. Nobody jokers. And it's going to be interesting because Wetz has one of his cards played. Mertz has not jokered. Kraus has not jokered. I think that start hindered Kraus. It put him back to 4th in car number 1. And certainly that's not what he needs to help his championship hopes.
End of 4, 2 leads.
So the MRT teammates, Joker, on the 4th lap of the race. We're taking cross flags now. And Mertz, 53.173. Kraus at 53.2.
End of 5, 2 leads.
As we have 3 laps to go, here in Canyon City. 49.5 to a 48.8. So Mertz was slower than his teammate as he jokers again. So complete the strategy for car number 2. And now he's going to have to push to make sure he can hold the delta, but I don't think Kraus is racing him today. I think Kraus is going to be racing Wetz. But it's going to be interesting. Valley 4th, Livingood 5th, Lester 6th. Coming to 2 laps to go here in Canyon City. Mertz trying to win once again here at this famous circuit. What a history that NASA RallyCross has built up over the last 5 years after we completed that 100th race last season at the North Proving Grounds. We go back there next week. And what a race that's going to be.
End of 6, 2 leads.
2 to go for Mertz. 49.1. Kraus is going to take 2 to go. 53-1. Remember, that was a joker lap, so we have to focus on Kraus here. Car number 1, defending champion. Won the second race of the season last week in Lakewood. He does not joker. I think Wetz's strategy is complete, so we can throw the 23 out of it. Running order has not changed in the back of the field. Mertz trying to pull away. In car number 2, he's already got a decent-sized gap, but remember, his strategy's been played. We'll ride on board car number 1, Philip Kraus, to see how this circuit looks. Kraus is going to have to joker on the last lap of the race, but we're going to have to see where his teammate is. Kraus jokers, not even close to his teammate. Mertz has the gap and then some, does car number 1. Or 2, sorry, over car number 1. If they can bring this home, it's going to be the second 1-2 finish this season for MRT and becoming the dominating squad. The first team to finish the first half of the season on the podium for every race. Mertz comes out of the final corner and he will win in Canyon City once again. And it's a 1-2 finish for MRT as Kraus comes home second.
With the 1 in second, 23 in third, 51 taking fourth, 24 taking fifth, 50 taking sixth.
As another 1-2 finish for MRT here in Negus. It gives Mertz his 28th career victory in NASA Rallycross. Rocking. I need to redo that. That was bad. You'll probably just splice this together. As the MRT boys celebrate their second 1-2 finish this season, it's Mertz's 28th career victory. And I've lost count as to how many times he's won at this circuit, but what a race between these guys here in Canyon City. It should be a hell of a battle, and I know I say that all the time, but it really should be a great battle as we go back to Lakewood at the North Proving Grounds in 1 week time. In 1 week's time. We hope you enjoyed today's coverage of the Canyon City Grand Prix. We hope to see you next week in Lakewood. But until then, so long, everyone.